Former AEW wrestler Big Swole, in an interview this week, claims she left AEW recently because of a lack of diversity, amongst other reasons. AEW founder and CEO Tony Khan responded on Twitter denouncing those diversity claims and saying he simply did not think Big Swole's wrestling was that good. Controversy followed on social media with fans and wrestlers sharing their opinions online. And Tom, I imagine your opinion is similar to mine, but let's hear it.
Well, so, I mean, even as of the New Year's Eve, or our New Year's show, where we made our, predictions, I said Keith Lee as AEW champion because they have a lack of diversity at the top of their roster in the men's division specifically, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the men's division specifically, very much, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Big Swole is not incorrect. If you are a minority trying to watch AEW, there are a few options you have, but the majority is white dudes who were friends for 10 years, right?
She has even said, I think in that same interview, that even the diversity that's there on the African-American side, it's viewed in the African-American community as like forced and kind of a joke.
Yeah.
That's what Big Swole said, right? I'm not
right. And now you go on the other side of the coin, and if you read that tweet from Tony Khan, the front end of that, he is making valid claims about diversity in the executive level and even people that are on TV.
Sounds now where he curt, right?
But where he fucked up is he's speaking out of both sides of his mouth, because when Big Swole said, "Hey, I'm leaving," he said, "She's a great wrestler. Wish the best for her." Now all of a sudden, well, she was never good enough. That's why I didn't re-sign her. Now you sound like a fucking
She's a bum.
Yeah, exactly. Now you sound like Aaron Rodgers when people talk shit on him.
We have said this about Tony Khan, that he appears to be a little chippy. He appears to take things personally.
And this is I think a lesson where Tony Khan has to maybe treat his Twitter like Vince McMahon, where it's happy birthday to my father, happy birthday to my wife, hey, got a big show on Saturday, and that's all we're fucking hearing. We're not getting the I'm constantly online, I got to respond to Big Swole, or I got to respond to, Fox News talking about ratings. It's like you're getting to a place now where you're not the upstart underdog, you're getting to be an established entity, and you got to act accordingly. So I hope this is a lesson learned where shut your mouth, right? Just shut up a little bit.
Once in a while, you just got to shut the fuck up, right? Like,
especially because in that instance, it's all a matter of opinion too, right? Like,
yeah, and you're never going to look good. Look, we've said it. There's a lack of diversity in many ways there, and so she's right.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't think her wrestling was amazing. It's fine, right? Like, it's fine. So when they let her go, I was like, oh, yeah, that was probably not a difficult decision. Mm-hmm. So, which is not to say she won't be and isn't athletic or anything like that. That's not to demean Big Swole or her work. But it's just that, like, they're both kind of right, but they both sound kind of chippy. And like it wasn't as amicable as they made it sound when they.
At first, right? Yeah, exactly. Because, on one, again, if you want to look at this in different angles, she wasn't setting the world on fire and having the best gimmick of 2021. So like you said, when she said, I want to be done, okay, bye. You're not, we got a lot of other spots here. And then on the other side, Tony Khan can say, we've got Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Jade Cargill, other minorities are also represented with Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose. Like, you could say minorities are represented, but then that's where this argument is bad, is because we can cut this pie 15 different ways to make it whatever argument we want it to fit. And that sucks. Yeah. And that's when you got to just be bigger than it.
Right. Yeah. Typically, when you're a billionaire multi-CEO, you typically are the one, though, who recognizes that and don't say things in response on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Typically, look, I know we had a president who kind of went against that, but typically people who are in charge of shit have a little bit of decorum, higher than thou stance, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyway. I mean, hey, his choice to not be that. I'm not going to knock him, but hey, all right, here we go.
Well, I am. It's not good.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's not a great look. I'll give you that. All right, we'll move on.